What's up? It's Calum here. I'm in New York City right now, and this is going to be the first of a short video series that I do where I take you around the world with me as I travel, and I'm going to do one video in each country I'm in. So the first today is in New York City, and I'm going to talk to you about a concept that's changed my life. I call this one of my big three, and it's see things as they are. But before I do that, and this is going to be the
Hey, circle line.
I want to talk to you about why I'm even making this video series. The thing that tipped the domino for me was on my blog, Exit Homeostasis. I wrote an article around 5 months ago that was called How to Overcome Anxiety in 6 Not So Easy Steps. I wrote it, I wasn't expecting anything, and literally within 24 hours I had over 1,000 views. The post blew up, loads of people shared it, and I had so many people write to me and so much feedback that I realized this topic of anxiety is a huge deal. A lot of people suffer from it, and it's an awkward one because people don't even want to discuss it because they think it's something to be ashamed of, or it's something that they struggle with and they're sort of embarrassed about. So when I talk about my struggles with that and how I overcame it to get to where I am now, running multiple online businesses, traveling the world, living in freedom, and doing that from a place of being this scared, anxious little kid growing up in a small town in northern England, people are like, how did you do it? Right? So this is going to be really my story. I'm not going to preach anything to you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm literally just going to explain my story, what's worked for me. And if that even helps you at all in your life, then I've done my job as a human. See things as they are. Okay, so what the fuck does that even mean? See things as they are. Well, when I was younger, one of the things that really used to fuck me up was I used to get so trapped inside my head. And a story that really, really rings true for me is particularly when I was going through university in high school, I used to have exams regularly because I did a science degree. And I would be like so nervous for exams. Let's say I had an exam, it was a month or 2 months away. I would worry myself to death over these exams. And if I look back on it now, I'm like, what the fuck was I even worrying about, right? Because these exams had nothing to do with my life now. But at the time, it was all I could think about. It consumed me, and I would stay awake for nights worrying about it. And what happened at the time, when I was around 18, I discovered this book called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, which if you've not got that book and you are a natural born worrier, go and get it. And one of the techniques I learned from Dale Carnegie was see things as they are. Meaning, when you look at something and you're trapped inside your head, the problem seems a lot worse than it actually is. So a technique you need to really pick up on, learn to think logically, right? Because if you can learn to think logically, problems in your life will appear as they are, not worse than they are. So how do you even think logically? One of the best things you can do is start to write things down on paper, okay? When you write something down on paper, it becomes clear, it's there, it's isolated, you're out of your head and you can see it for what it is. So when you get it down on paper, you're going to start asking yourself questions, right? Intelligent questions like, what's the worst outcome that could possibly happen here? What am I really afraid of? Why am I not doing this? You start asking yourself these questions, and what you're going to find is that not only will the problem become apparent for what it really is when you see it on paper, but you'll start to focus on solutions. And that subtle shift there, when you start training your brain to think of solutions and not problems, everything is going to change, okay? Because instead of letting the problem expand, which is what's going to happen when you're constantly in your head thinking about it, you're going to be able to think about the solution to the problem, right? So that's going to be a massive, massive shift. So to take away, what I want you to do is from this video, your to-do list to go home and to actually put things into action is take a problem that you have in your life right now and write it down on paper. and then start to ask yourself questions about why you're afraid of it, what the worst outcome is, and what you can do about that. When I first got into personal development years ago, this changed my life. Okay, see things as they are, focus on solutions, not problems, and gain perspective. These are going to be coming in every different country, so make sure you subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/Callum McVickers. Subscribe, and I'll do my best to make sure these videos go out regularly and you actually get some value from them. And that's it from me, from New York City. I'll see you in Hong Kong.